Welcome back to the channel Techno Tips Learning. This is the new name for my channel, so I came up with the new logo. Hope you like it. And I was busy creating some other channels, so other channels by the Poem Story because I work under a brand name, the Poem Story. And the channel is Hindi Sahit. You can go and read Hindi literature there if you're interested. Techno Tips Learning is this channel where I'm publishing this video, and Literature Lounge is the channel to publish English literature. And based on your comments, I came up with a video on creating the organizational units in the Active Directory. So I'm ready with my machines here, and I have practiced because every creating an organizational unit is a complete brainstorming session. So before we proceed, I request you to subscribe to the channel, and so that when I create more videos, we will you can get the notification, and we will be able to like provide if anything required. You can put it in the comments, and I will definitely try to create a video on those parts. So let us quickly look. So I created a post, um, channel, no. So dashboard, if I go here, latest post, Techno Tips Learning. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Should I proceed with OU group and identity management? I got 3 votes. Like this is less. The channel is growing. See, so in the with the YouTube channel, not everybody is looking for a specific keyword, not searching for a specific keyword like Active Directory, FISMO roles. So definitely I'll get very few likes or very few views and subscribers. So it is a hard work that I am doing. If you learn something from this channel, I would request you to subscribe. However, it is this channel is for learning. So what I learn in like day-to-day basis, I present it to you. So I'm not an expert, and every time I tell this, we will learn together. So without a delay, today we are coming in this video with organizational unit, how to create organizational unit, what are the benefits of organizational unit. We will create some organizational units through GUI, and we will create some through PowerShell. So watch this video. If you like it, give it a like. If you learn something from this, subscribe, and without a delay, we will start the video. So I'll come up with this. I'll make it big, read mode. So first we will discuss like what are organizational units in Active Directory. So why organizational are required. An organizational unit or OU is a container within Active Directory. Think of it like a folder in your file system, but instead of holding files, an OU holds other Active Directory objects like users, computers, and groups. So it is like segregating how you segregate your files within folders and file shares. So this is like a folder where you can segregate users, computers, and groups. And we will discuss when I show you practically. So OUs are designed to help administrators logically organize these objects, making them easy to find, manage, and control. So administrators can easily manage users, groups when they are created uh, logically and structured well. And this well structure is achieved through organizational unit. And why do we use an organizational unit? First is organizing the objects, like there are multiple objects. If you get a list of, like in one go, if you see like there are users, there are groups, there are multiple users, there are admin users, it would be very difficult to manage all these objects in the Active Directory. And that is the reason organizational units are created. The second benefit I'll tell you is applying group policies. So there are group policies created in Active Directory based on the rights and permissions that are given to an object. And this is easy through group policy management when you have a well-defined organizational unit, and we will definitely go ahead and see it. Now, delegation of control. So there are multiple users, there are multiple groups. In this case, like, you can delegate the control over an OU, like uh, someone, like there are example is written here. You give a junior IT admin ability to reset the password. So for example, you could give a junior IT admin the ability to reset the password in the student's OU. So if I take an example of a school environment, so there are IT levels. So there is a help desk team sitting in. They can only reset passwords on these OUs, and there would be some OU like infrastructure IDs where you can give a kind of creation role, deletion role, and multiple roles you can set through delegation of control. Keeping Active Directory organizes are organized and easy to navigate. That is what I already explained. Planning for organizational unit creation. So it is a brainstorming session, I would say. It is not like for your organization, I cannot create a kind of organizational unit structure because you know your organization well. So architects would sit and discuss about how the organizational unit structure will work, and how do they set it up. So for an example purpose to show how you can create the organizational units, so I have created a kind of diagram. It is hierarchy diagram. So the first is the domain, and then I created sorry, I think I clicked somewhere wrong. Okay, Visio. So I'll expand it a bit. Okay, so I don't have to click, I know. So the IT infrastructure, it will contain all administrators. Then there would be one OU for the particular domain that I would name the poem story. Then there would be an IT department. Then there would be an HR department. Then there would be a sales department. And then there would be an inactive users OU. This is a suggestion from me because what happens is when you when someone leaves your organization, you need to disable these accounts. However, suppose you are you can retrieve the accounts within 90 days, and in case of rehire, or suppose I have left the organization and I go back and I wanted to be rehired. In that case, if I am getting rehired within that 90 days after, so if you see the life cycle, so how would I show you? Okay, I'll show it here. If you see the life cycle, so there would be an onboarding. So first there would be an onboarding. Now suppose you onboard this user today, you created the account today, and this user will join or 10 days. If this user will join after 10 days, then you need to set up a staging OU. Staging OU, I'll write it. I don't know why. No, I'll just put text. Staging OU. So this account will remain in staging, and this account will be disabled. And on the onboarding date, when this account will be used for first login, before that, you have to enable it to prevent the misuse of the account. So disabled state, it will remain in disabled state. All right. Now, after this account gets onboarded, after it remains in the staging OU, maybe I'm not able to create that, and this account will remain come to the active state. So after 15 days, you create this account, you make it active. You will, based on its role, based on its location type of the account, you will assign an OU that we will discuss very quickly after this. I present this to you. It will have its own OU. Now, suppose this employee resigns today, and most of the cases 30 days or 90 days notice period. Till then, this account will be used, right? So suppose he resigned today, and after 90 days he will leave the organization. After 90 days, this account will not be deleted. Again, I'm saying in some of the scenarios, some of the organization, this account will not be deleted, rather it will be disabled. After you disable the account, there is a possibility that you rehire that employee within 30 days. So rehire 30 days. But what will you do with this account? You will keep it keep it disabled for 30 days, and do not put it in any OU. Move it to inactive OU within the organization. So there would be one staging OU, there would be one inactive OU, right? After 30 days, now suppose there is no chance of this employee coming back, you are not rehiring him. In that case, you delete the account. Delete the account. So you delete the account here. Then there is a feature in Active Directory which is known as Tombstone Lifetime. So proceeding with the videos, when we work, there would be a Tombstone Lifetime. What happened to you? Tombstone Lifetime. So in this when I discuss in any video in the future, when I discuss restoring the accounts, we will definitely discuss Tombstone Lifetime. What is Tombstone Lifetime? It is the time during which the accounts can be restored, right? So this is the Tombstone Lifetime. After this Tombstone Lifetime is done, you cannot restore this account. So you will have to, if that same employee comes, you will have to do the onboarding again. So this is the basic structure. Hope it is clear to you. I have explained it to you. Uh, so now let us look at the, sorry, let us look at this OU structure, and it is advisable and it is a best practice to create a diagram, a flowchart like this for the organizational unit management. And inactive users we have created, and let us create a staging OU. So I'll just go there. I don't know. So Control C, Control V, and color. So we will create kind of staging OU. So here, all the accounts which will be there, they will remain in staging. They will be inactive. The time they are onboarded or they start, the person who is hired starts using it will be able to, you can enable the account and he will be able to log in. I hope this is clear. This is explained. If you feel there is any mistake I have made, you are welcome to put it in the comments. If you like it, or the explanation of the Tombstone lifetime and employee lifecycle management that I covered, if it seems okay to you, I would request you to like it. All right, now we will move on to creating the OUs in the Active Directory structure. So there are two ways we will create these accounts. One is using the GUI, and the second one is using the PowerShell. Stay tuned because PowerShell, creating through PowerShell would be much more interesting, and you will be able to understand it better. And so, if you know a little bit of PowerShell, then you will always try to use PowerShell. If you are learning it, and I will definitely suggest you to learn PowerShell. So I can create. I'm not saying on PowerShell as well, but again, like there would be, so there are people more well versed in coding. They know the coding very well, and I think if there is any video on YouTube that you will find on PowerShell, you should learn PowerShell because it is very much required for managing the Active Directory, install the Active Directory module, and like it comes pre-installed, but if you know PowerShell, it is an handy tool. So, okay, there are two domains. One is root.dc, the other one is the poem story, the poem story domain. So on root domain, we will do it through GUI, and on the poem story, we will do it through PowerShell. To create the OU, you open DSA, the Active Directory, dsa.msc. The structure is here. We need to create in the local root local. So first there would be, if I go back to my diagram, uh, sometimes I don't remember where I put it. So this is the domain. First I will create an OU which is named IT infra, right? So let us create the OU in the main, in the domain new organizational unit, and it would be IT infra. Click OK. So IT infra is created. If you right click, go to properties, there would be description, and description would be this OU holds all the infrastructure admin infra admin accounts. Okay, so street office, you can set it up, managed by, you can manage the manager of this, change the manager of this account. So I do not have any user. I have enter admin. You select it. So this enter admin account. There are two things, account and enterprise groups. So only enterprise admins will be, enter admin account will manage it. Object, this is the canonical name of the object. It is root.local and IT infra. So root.local is the domain and IT infra is the name of the OU. Security, you can give access to people, like everyone does not have allowed deny, sorry, no rights on this. Creator owner, he will have some special permissions, self authenticated user system. The system accounts will have allow full control on this. Domain admins will have full control on this OU. Enterprise admins will have full permission on this OU and you cannot change that. Key admins will have no rights. You can assign it later. Enterprise admin, root administrator it does not have full access here. He will have a read and write access to modify the settings. It cannot create or like it can create child objects, but it cannot delete child objects. Plus attribute editor. So we will look into it later. So we will create HR department. So here you have to click here and new organizational unit HR. Okay. Then I will create new organizational unit named as sales. Okay. And in this root.local domain itself, I will create organizational unit where we will have inactive users. And here I'll create new new organizational unit staging users who are waiting for their account to be activated. So IT infra, root local, IT infra is to hold all the administrative accounts. Root.local, HR department, IT department. In IT department, what will I have are like new organizational unit will have users, and again new organizational unit groups. All right. Now I will have new organizational unit computers and new organizational unit servers. Okay, these are recommended organizational units that you can create based on your organization, your knowledge of your organization. Uh, you can like not create some, you can create more. New organizational unit in resource account. What a resource account? When we discuss the accounts, we will discuss resource accounts as well. So Active Directory is deep and actually it is the approach that every architect will take related to Active Directory. Now we have created all this structure. Now the same structure we have to send to HR department. So okay, the same structure we have to create in other OUs, right? So in HR as well, we have to create these OUs. Now, like basically, how to create organizational units. And again, this is repetitive task when you create all these. So let us create the same structure using the PowerShell. So we will go to the PowerShell, and I will open PowerShell ISE, and let us see, and we will check get AD domain, and you will see it loaded. The server has rejected the client credentials. Okay, because yesterday I was practicing some restrictions. Run as administrator and get AD domain. The server security root admin root AD domain. Oh, okay, but I was running it. Okay, because I think I'm logged in with a different account. So we have, it has, I create some policy for enterprise admin, and it, see, enter admin. So I was working on the security part, and I was blocking the enterprise admin, and you can see it is blocked. It no longer works with the PowerShell. Now I will also come up with that security setting again, like when I discuss the security. However, as per your poll, you wanted to understand the organizational unit. So what I'll do is sign into the poem story with administrator and put the password. There is too much. If I keep on creating videos in Active Directory, it is never ending, right? So you go and put DSA, no, PowerShell, and right click run as administrator. Okay, and then it goes expand the script. I'll enlarge a bit for you. Now get AD domain, and I'll run this small command, and this is listing the domain. Now this domain is, see, distinguished name of this domain is uh, thepoemstory.com, right? Get domain, and what I'll do, select object distinguished name. Sorry, distinguished name. So this is one command. So thepoemstory.dc.com, right? Now what I'll do, I will store it in a variable dollar. Uh, Let me put main DC equal to get AD domain distinguished name, and let me see, my mic is on. Sometimes I record the complete video and then I see the mic is not working. Main DC. Now the command to create, so first we have to create the three OUs: IT infra, staging, and inactive OU in the main. Sorry, first I have to create the IT infra and the poem story OUs in the main domain. So this is main DC. The command to create the organizational unit is new AD organizational unit. So we'll define the name. Name would be, first would be IT infra, and path We'll decide the path. Path will be dollar main DC, right? So IT infra main DC. Now second is new organizational unit, the poem story path. All right. So now we run this command. Dollar main DC. Let us see why it is giving error. Uh, main DC dot. Okay. Distinguished name. So let us see what it returns. Main DC. Okay. So see, if I put main DC, it is taking all this value. That is why it is saying it is the wrong way to do. So here what you can do is dot distinguished name dot distinguished name, and let us run it again. Now it is created. How do you verify? You go to dsa.msc and you can verify I have two new OUs, IT infra and the poem story, right? It is already created there. Now what we need to do is we have to create sub OUs in the poem story, right? So now what we will do is get AD organizational unit filter name equal the poem story. Okay, so I'll put it single quotes, because if you put double quotes, double quotes, double quotes, double quotes, it will not understand the syntax. So let us see. So you have the distinguished name here, right? Now let us create its. Now let us create the sub OUs within the poemstory.com. So first, no, sorry. So we will create new AD organizational unit name. First name would be inactive users OU. Path is not main DC. Path is get AD organizational unit. So uh, okay, so we need to variable. So distinguished uh, OU dist name. Suppose you can verify anything. OU dist name path is OU dist name dot distinguished name, right? So this is the second part. You do not have to run it all over, and this is how you put command. Second part, I'll put it like this: OU this name dot distinguished name. Okay. Now inactive users. Now I'll put in the same command. I'll put another line. Second is inactive users and staging users. Right now what you need to do is third you need to create HR department, then you need to create sales department, and then you need to create HR, and then you need to create suppose IT department, and you have to run this command from here, second part. So small triangle, it is created. Okay, fast. So you understand why I emphasized on the poem story and these OUs are created, right? Now, the third part would be creating, third part would be, so you do not have to create like anything inside inactive users because the OU name itself tells it these are users. So we need to create uh, sub OUs under HR department. So again, we'll declare a variable which is HROU and get a organizational unit filter name equal to HR department. Okay, and dollar uh, sales OU, sales OU equal to get AD organization sales department, and there dollar ITOU equal to get organizational filter name equal HR department, right? Sorry, HR equal IT department. So this is how it is created. Now I need to create what we need to create. So new. Okay, we'll create multiple. So you have to just put okay. And I'll tell you one other way. Maybe using Excel you can figure it out. New AD organizational IT department. But this is again a learning. Uh, so HROU we are trying to create. So we'll put HROU distinguished name IT department. It would be users groups computers and servers and what else? So servers shared mailboxes. So I'll just demonstrate till here, and you copy Control C and copy paste here, and you need to put $sales OU dot distinguished name everywhere. Sales OU, I'll just replace sales OU and sales OU. So once you learn it, you will understand how you can do it. ITOU, right? ITOU, 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 and ITOU. So we have all this. So third part we will run now, and we'll just run it and let us see. Cannot validate ITOUU. What is ITOUU? So it failed here. I Control Z. So it failed here. So you can run it again. So it is all created. Let us verify. You go to refresh it, or you go to HR department and refresh. So you see the OUs are created. Refresh. Inactive users we have not created. So here, sales department, it is created. Staging users, no, nothing is created. So this was a video on creating the organizational unit. We will post, I will post next video on how to delegate rights and how to manage group policies and assign the group policies to the organizational unit. If this video was informative, if you liked, give it a like, share it, subscribe the channel for more videos, and thank you. Have a nice day. We'll rest my video here.